I got the idea to do a video on butterfly effects in Drag Race lore, inspired by some of the things that I wrote in my script for that book review that I did last year. While rereading that script, I ran into this bit of information about All Stars 1, and the fact that it was the way that it was, aka 12 queens, 6 episodes and pairs, because the show did not get enough of a budget for a full, proper season. This happened because All Stars 1 filmed in the same year as their regular season did, and since Drag Race was not that huge of a show yet, they could not get enough funding for 2 full-length seasons. So I got to thinking, what if Drag Race was more about quality rather than quantity? Starting with All Stars 1, what if we only got 1 season a year? But what if that season had proper funding? Where would the franchise be now? And what changes could have happened since then? Before we start talking about this, I just want to mention that if you want to support the channel, you can like this video, comment, I don't know, whatever comes to mind, and make sure you're subscribed. You can also become a member of the channel, and this video was seen by the channel members a couple of days before it was released to the public. First and foremost, seasons 1 through 4 stay the same, airing from 2009 to 2012. Season 5 of the show then would have been the first All-Star season, and it would air from January to March or April instead of February of 2013, due to having more episodes. I would assume that the cast would stay the same. We would get possibly 10 episodes, no pairs, 1 person eliminated per episode. Lip sync for your legacy, I doubt would have been thought of yet. But maybe the production would have experimented with the format, thrown in a twist in there. Since we have no reference on what that could be, let's just leave it as it is. Chad wins. From 2014 to 2017, we would get seasons 6 through 9, which would correspond to current seasons 5 through 8. Here, I would just mention that it's possible that Adore does end up with season 5's original cast, because she was supposed to be on that season, but the production chose penetration over her since Adore did not have enough clothes for the show. However, like she said herself, she was ready to go on Drag Race the next year. And since now season 5's cast would have filmed when originally season 6 cast filmed, it is very possible that Adore is on season 5. She's also very possibly in the bottom 2 in episode 1. She takes Serena out of the competition, but I don't think that she reaches the finale of that season. And she's possibly like a early to mid season out, completely changing her legacy. Now we would need 1 more queen for season 7, because it would be the original season 6 cast, to replace Adore, and we possibly don't get the singing Frusical challenge, since that was put into the show because Adore and Courtney were singers and former Idol contestants, and they want the drama. Do we get split premieres here? I don't know, and I don't think that it changes much. This then means that the show does not get a stronger, younger following because of Adore, which then in turn means that season 8, which is the original season 7, would not be pushed as old versus new style of drag. Violet possibly does not win that season. Season 9, originally season 8, is probably longer, since the show does not have to split its budget between that season and an All-Star season. This might be grim, but it's possible Cynthia does a little better on the season, since by now, or rather by then, she would have beat Cancer. There's also a different ending of that, but let's not talk about it. From March to May, or definitely longer than that, of 2018, we would get All Stars 2 in the form of season 10. I say definitely since in March of 2017, Drag Race moved to VH1 full-time. Therefore, the show would have had a bigger budget. Furthermore, since we're making it so that Drag Race not only airs but films 1 season per year, this means that season 8 cast would have been eligible to be on this season. So it is quite possible that we'd get some season 8 queens on here. We would probably not have Adore this season, because she wasn't early out to season 6, original season 5, remember? Especially since she would have been on the same season then as Alaska, Alyssa, Coco, Detox, and Roxy. 6 queens from the same season would have been an overkill. We could probably get Chi-Chi and Thorgy on this season, and then maybe even Trixie Mattel, since she was very close to being on All Stars 2. Since this would be the first VH1 season, here is where the lip sync for the crown will be introduced. The only way I could see Alaska winning the season with this format and this top 4 is if she beats Katya again in a lip sync, first round, and then in the finale she gets crowned over Roxy or Detox for simply having a stronger track record, because I do not see a world where Alaska beats Roxy or Detox in in the lip sync. The winner does not change, but the journey sure does. Season 11 would have had Season 9's cast. Now, I don't see much changing here. Cynthia would not have been on this season, so we would need one more queen, the lip sync for the crown would have stayed, and Sasha probably wins this season. Season 12 would have then been like All Stars 3. But does the jury happen? Does the lip sync for the crown happen? Maybe, we don't know. Still, we would need to expand the cast and also add more queens since we lost 3 of them to All Stars 2. We need to replace Chi-Chi, Thorgy, and Trixie and then add 2 more queens. Since we got Aja on this season, why not also add Valentina and Farah? Let's throw Gia in there, why not? We need 2 more queens, so let's just fully borrow from All Stars 4 and get Jasmine and Naomi. I would not add Manila and Latrice here, since the gag of this season is that BB returned to the competition, so a gag of those 2 being back might have been too much. So who wins this season? Who knows? Like I said, maybe they would have kept the jury twist and the season definitely would have been longer. Part of it would have aired during the start of the pandemic also. The finale of this season is probably similar to the Zoom finale of the original season 12. Now, does Naomi have her blonde and white moment during the press tour which forced a tie and a Monet crowning? Possibly? Maybe, I don't know, maybe we would even get Naomi as the winner of the season. Season 13, or originally Season 10, would have filmed during the pandemic, so some restrictions would have had to be applied. We still get a lip sync for the crown, so possibly an Aquaria win stays. Now, one thing that I do think would change is the cast of this season. In 2020, RuPaul was criticized heavily for his anti-trans tweets, especially regarding trans women on Drag Race. So it's possible that the show would have cast more trans queens for this season. And then also they may have pushed for a trans winner, similarly to what happened with All Star 6. From March to June of 2022, we would have watched Season 14, which would be All Stars 4, but not like the one that we had. It would have been Drag Race's attempt at Winners at War. Yes, my divas, we're going to be putting the all-winner season here now. Drag Race saw how well Winners at War of Survivor performed, so they were like, we should do this, but worse. It would film in the summer of 2021, and we would have had 13 winners to choose from for the 7 open spots, because we're assuming that 1 spot would have gone to the Vivienne. Our current winners are Bibi, Tyra, Raja, Sharon, Chad, Jinx, Bianca, maybe Violet, Bob, Alaska, Sasha, we don't know, and Aquaria. Bibi had already done the All Stars 3 season, so we will not consider her. Tyra and Sharon were blacklisted already, and I think Alaska was as well for working with Willem. We know that Raja and Jinx are on this season, so we have 5 spots left and 7 queens. Now, if we take out the unknowns, we are really only left with Chad, Bianca, Bob, Sasha, and Aquaria to fill out these spots. And I know that some of them were asked and did not want to do the season. So even in this timeline, I doubt all of them would have said yes. So maybe the season is scrapped and they just wait for a couple more years. I don't know. But let's assume that they would have made it work, since they could also offer these queens more money for this season. Either way, I think Jinx still wins it. Or maybe Bob or Bianca if they're on the season, who knows. For 2023, we would get Season 15, which would be original All Stars 4, which actually here would be All Stars 5. Back-to-back returnee seasons, don't mind if I do. This season would have also been the first MTV season. The original All Stars 4 cast has been massacred, pretty much, so we're only left with Trinity, Manila, Mo, Latrice, and Monet. We need at least 7 more queens. Vanjie is a definite returnee because of how iconic she was on Season 13, aka the original Season 10. We cannot really borrow from All Stars 5's cast because that cast was tailor-made for Shade to be as weak as possible so that they can guarantee her win. So then let's borrow from All Stars 6's cast. We're not gonna take any 2-time returnees yet because again, Manila and Latrice were the gag of All Stars 4. To this cast, we can add Jiggly Caliente, Kylie Sonique, Pandora Box, and Trinity K. Baudet. Could Jiggly be on this season since she would be judging Drag Race Philippines by now? Who knows? But let's say yes. Just 4 queens. That's great. Amazing. But okay, let's steal from All Stars 8. Alexis Michelle, I think, would be a good addition to this season because of her possible feud with Trinity, and I must put Jessica Wilde on here. We would still have queens eliminating each other in this season, so again, it is very possible that Trinity is still the winner, but this time a solo winner. However, depending on who wins All Stars 3, we would have been looking at 5 back-to-back white winners, so the show probably would not have added a 6th one onto that. From February to May of 2024, we would watch season 16, the original season 11. We don't have Vanjie on this season, so there's no showmance with Brooklyn Heights, which means that there will not be a forced bottom 2 lip sync between the two before the finale, which means maybe Brooklyn wins this season over Evie. It's a very strong maybe, but I would not be surprised if it happened. Also, somebody else would have to be hosting Drag Race Canada because the Drag Race lore is introduced to Brooklyn Heights only in 2024. Oh, also, since there's no Vanjie, one more queen would have to be cast on this season. In 2025, we would have watched season 17, which would have been the original season 12. Maybe Tamisha is on this season instead of Jade SS Hall, which would automatically change the outcome of this season. What also would change the outcome is the whole situation with Cherry Pie. Would she have been exposed prior to her casting? If so, she might not have been cast on the show at all, which again would change the cast and then possibly the winner of the season. Therefore, the winner of the season will be completely unknown. Lastly, this year we would have watched season 18 or Some Stars 1, the original All Stars 5 aka All Stars 6. Fans versus favorites in a way. The cast stays the same because they need to guarantee a Shea win, but we can add 2 more queens. And let's just add 2 queens from All Star 6. Let's do Akiria and Silky. Like I said, Shea still wins this one. Right now, during the summer of 2026, they would be filming season 19 with the cast of the original season 13. Our winners of the show would have been, so far, Baby Zahara Benet, Tyra Sanchez, Raja, Sharon Needles, Chad Michaels, Jinx Monsoon, Bianca Del Rio, possibly Violet Chachki, Bob the Drag Queen, Alaska, Sasha Velour, unknown All-Stars 3 winner, Aquaria, possibly Jinx Monsoon, possibly Trinity the Tuck, possibly Brooklyn Heights, an unknown queen, and Shea Coulee. Obviously, we would still get all of the spin-offs, but those would not have been part of the main franchise.